Hey, what's going on, guys? Alright, so this is my 2005 Chevy Impala. I got a couple videos on this one. Today I'm going to show you guys how to pick up a really nice set of rims and tires for this car, as well as any car that you might have. One thing to always know is the thread and bolt pattern of these. That will come in helpful because you do not want to buy the wrong rims that you just because you think they fit. So always find out, either go online, call your dealership, find out what the bolt pattern is on your rims, and if there's a minimum size rims that or maximum obviously also that this specific vehicle will take. Obviously one of the cheapest ways right now to get a hold of a set of rims is Craigslist. I do tons of Craigslist shopping, and I came actually a little bit of looking. I've been wanting to put a nice set of rims on this car, just for the fact that I never like stock, so I always like to customize my cars. Came across this set right here. I mean, at first glance it looks like junk rim, ugly. I like the shape of it though. I like the detail, like all the little detail in there. The kid had these up for sale for $250. Supposedly they were all in good shape. I went out there, looked at them. Very minimal scraping. I mean, this is nothing. You can sand this down by hand, and by the time you're done painting it, you will never even see it. Just a little bit of curve, ratchet. It's not that bad. Next thing to check for is the tires. These were in really good shape. Two of them were in really good shape. 225 35 20. That's thin. Not my best. I wish I could have a little bit more meat on those tires, but I tried to find some 40 series tires. They're like almost impossible to find. I had to spend like $450 on a full set, and I'm not looking to do that. So so the two ones that are matching, they were two different matching rims. The front were two matching and the two rear were two matching, but the two rear were bigger. The two rear were 245s, 45 20, and after going to a couple of tire shops, they all kept telling me the same, that the 45 series tires on the 20-inch on this car would not work. So I had to go shop around, found some 35 series tires for the rear. So when I bought these, I was already imagining them painted. The person that painted these did a really crappy job. It seems like they didn't sand anything down. It seems just like, I don't know, they didn't care, so I could see that it looks like it might have had a primer at one time. But anyways, for a little bit of negotiating, he let me take them for $170. Took them home. I already knew I was going to have to replace two tires, so I figured used tires, I was going to be back around the $250 range, but then I would have a set that actually worked. These are the tires that I just picked up just now. 245 35 20. So I like the fact that they're all 35s. The 245 I think ultimately will look better in the rear, so I'm going to slap these in the back. I'm going to show you guys something to pay attention to when you're getting rims, if you're not planning on painting them or if you're planning on painting them. This actually gave me a surprise when what I did. I went to clean these out, which I'm going to do. I'll show you guys in a minute. I'm going to do it one step on each rim. This one's pretty much completely done to what I want to do. It got scuffed up a little bit right now when I took it to the tire shop to get the tires spent, but not to worry, because this is actually black plasti dip. So as you guys know, I could touch this little dings up real easily. Yeah, that'll be touched up. At first glance, you got to pay attention to the fact that when I got these, I noticed it right away. Some people might not even notice, but these are plastic inside here. There's little inserts. You could take these off and it'll give your whole rim a totally different look. At the same time, what I think when I see something like this is customize them. You can make them look a different color. You don't have to be the same color as the rim. Originally, I looked it up. These are a chrome rim with a black insert. They look pretty clean, but I don't like chrome. So what I went with, so you guys know on my truck, I'm a big fan of the green. So I touched these up with the engine block paint. It's kind of like a heat paint for the engine blocks. It's a green. Love that color, but I feel like it's too flashy for this car. So I'm gonna shade these out just a little bit. Believe it or not, below this whole, all that paint, all that junk that they put on there, and all this plasti dip on here is all perfectly chrome. Now the person that painted those did not sand anything down. He just went to town on the whole rim and thought he was gonna get a different look, but it looked crappy. Anyways, so I cleaned this out. It's all really dusty. It's been sitting outside for a week, but I'll show you guys on these other ones. They'll look clean. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to clean them up and basically ultimately save tons of money by just kind of doing a little bit of shopping, being a little bit patient, and you end up with a really nice look. So that's what you like. I'm gonna do one final shoot of the car in its stock position. And bear with me and we'll start tackling this. First thing I'm gonna do is wash these out a little bit, not too much because I don't want to get the whole rim wet. And I'm gonna shoot it with this right here, which is a graffiti remover. It'll bubble up. Let me spray it right here. That way you guys can get a quick glimpse of what this does. You know what? Mind the cleaning. I'm not gonna clean anything now. Just gonna spray this. Let me remove that cap. I kind of like it. Might look good on a bicycle. I think there's only 2 of them on this set. I don't know if you guys can tell already, but see that? That's what you want to see. I'm gonna check this out. Well, what do you have? Quick, easy. There's the chrome. So I'm gonna slap some gloves on right now. I'm gonna tackle this whole rim. I'll start this video back up when I'm about halfway through this so you guys can see what it looks like. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've already gone over it once. I don't know if you can notice right off the bat, but there is something different. I took off these right here. Those are real easy to take off. Just flip your rim, and you can tell those little Allen bolts right there. So then they come off and they sit in right there. You can actually leave them off. If you think it looks ugly like this, what you would do is you'd get these studs, put them in backwards like that. See, they kind of give it a little bit more custom look. Obviously when it's clean it'll look a lot better, but then you'd have to get a nut to tighten it up from the other side. That way there's just not a hole there. Okay, so do not be stingy with the graffiti remover. The more generous you are with it, the more time you will save. So unless you feel like sitting here and cleaning these rims forever, you could be cheap and spray only a little bit at a time. But if you spray it generously, it'll clean right up. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this rim, get it cleaned up, and show you guys what it looks like when it's totally finished. Alright, so I got these two cleaned out. You can see kind of what the car looks like. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the chrome. I could have gone with, like I said, 40 series tires. You can tell by this right here. If you notice inside there, I have a little bit more room still. I feel like Yeah, you know what? I don't think I could have. It's 35 on the rear. It looks real close. Probably about half an inch. So I think I'm barely good. Next step would be actually lowering the car, but I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. I might want to, but we'll see. So that's what they look like, all done up with that black insert. They're not fully clean. I still gotta wash them with soap and water. It'll get a lot of this little black stuff off. But that's pretty much how they look. I haven't put those little black things on here yet, but see how they come off. I gotta put those back on. This is the 225. It's got more space up front, but I think it'll look all right. I'll get the painting right now. So as soon as I'm done washing, let them dry. Still need my center cap. The stock nuts fit inside there, so since I'm gonna paint it black, I don't care about chrome coming out through here, so that's good. So yeah, let me finish washing them and then I'm gonna paint them. I'm gonna paint them all black. I had second thoughts about the color. I just don't think that this looks good on that color, so I think just black will look good. I thought about shading them up a little bit, but I can do that later. For now, for just the video, I'm just gonna paint everything black. I'm gonna go over these with black plasti dip, and then see about. Actually, that's not even plasti dip. This is the Rust-Oleum. It's the Flexi dip. It's the same thing. It's a different brand. But I'm gonna finish that one off in all black. That way I can just put this one on. So give me a minute and then we'll start this back up. Okay. This one's already done. This is the one I had already painted before. So what I did, so that you guys notice or see what the plasti dip, or like that one's Flexi dip, what it is these were the spokes that were already green. I go away. They peeled off just a little bit so you guys can see how easy it is to come off. It's still a little bit wet, but I did it with the air wand. So if you guys were to get something like this one that's already done, just wait for it to be fully dry and then sand it, or not sand it, but peel it off to where there's no lips, like little raised edges, and then you can touch it back up. It's a good thing about the plasti dip or the Flexi dip. So this is what the car looks like. I did both of these already. You'll notice throughout the day that there's some areas where right now, for instance, it's a little bit dark, so it's hard to tell, but you can see where it's not touched up yet. So all you do is you just spray some more right on those areas and then slowly build up to where it's all even. So there it is. So one thing I did notice, since I'm going black on it and it has this chrome area on the grill, I'm gonna go ahead and touch that up also. Go away. I'm gonna touch that up also in all black, and then if you were to want to take that off, you can do that also, but give me 1 minute and I'll do that. Alright, so what I decided to do, instead of doing just that chrome piece, I'm gonna do the whole grill. I didn't feel like taking it off. It's real easy, just pop a couple rivets, but since I can slap some paper underneath there, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys basically how easy it is to spray this. It's just like a spray can. Just do a couple light coats. And just let it sit there for a minute. Alright, once you're pretty sure that you got that whole area, let's move on to the next area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this paper out. Or that one came off on its own, but I'm going to reinsert this one. There we go. Just let that sit for a minute. That's pretty much it. It will dry flat in a few minutes, so I'll start this back up and I'll show you guys. In the meantime, I am shooting the last rim. I've already done a couple of coats on it. The reason why I'm doing it while it's on a rim, also on the car, so also it doesn't matter if I get overspray back there, because all that stuff is black anyways. As far as the disc, as soon as the brake gets hit, it'll scratch it all off. If you had a custom color on your suspension and you don't want it getting any of this on it, obviously take the rim off and do it outside. If you get some of this on the tire, you don't worry about it. That will actually come off on its own once you start driving it. And if it really bugs you, then just go ahead and peel it off. You don't have to be a professional to do this. It's extremely easy. Let me show you on the other side what I meant about when I said earlier that there will be some areas that you know you missed. You won't notice until it's completely dry. They'll start kind of like revealing themselves as it dries, and you could tell obviously where some areas are. See, like right there on that rim, you could tell that it's still not all the way flat. Right there, it's not all the way flat. Right here, it's not all the way flat. And at first when you shoot it, the reason why it's hard to tell is because it's shiny. You know, the paint is shiny. So it throws off your perception of the color really good, to where it all looks even, when in reality it isn't. But that's what I'm saying. Once it dries, then you can go back in there and seal it off. And you'd have to do this a few times throughout the whole rim. I would definitely move the car around to get it in different areas. As for me, I'm not going to worry too much about that today because it's already getting dark. Plus, I'll wash the car, and in the next few days I'll do it continuously a few times when I get home from work. And I'll inspect the rims to see where they sat and what areas need to be touched up. One thing I forgot to mention, I didn't do it on this side, but I'll paint it throughout. See how it's got the rust from the caliper, from the rotor, or even on the caliper. I tried to touch it up a little bit, but on this side, before I put the rims on, I actually went over it with some gloss black paint, so that it's a little bit easier to get to before the rim is on. You might want to touch those areas up with actual paint. Alright, now it's drying, and I can tell right up here there's some areas that are still, you can see the fine speckles of chrome still on there. Up here, I'm not gonna worry about it over here though, because that's where the hood goes, but you can tell right in there. See, so all that stuff, it won't show until it's almost dry. Alright. Well, I think we got it all. There it is, flat black. Now I'm liking the way it looks. I hate stock. I think now that's definitely the way to go. I'm thinking about making a video on installing some custom driving lights right like in that area right there by the what would be a fog light area. Not really sure though. I think I might do it. As far as that, I think in the outside I'm not gonna do anything else to this car, maybe other than maybe a 2-inch lower kit. I'm not sure. I do plan on selling it eventually though, and that's the reason why I'm going with plasti dip on those parts rather than actually painting them, because if I decide to sell it, you know, and somebody doesn't like the black, I can take that off and then they could do whatever color or leave it stock. It's up to them. You don't want to hurt the sell potential if that's something that you have in mind. Next step, I'm considering shaving out the taillights. Not sure if I want to do that. I do have them on my Silverado, but I'm not sure if I want to do it on this car. But as of there it is. Okay, let's see. Now it should be dry now. I forgot about this area. See? Comes right off. I don't have any nails. Anyways, see, it comes right off. It's easy. What I would do, I wouldn't try to take it off by hand. I would just take it to the car wash and hit it with the pressure washer really good. And trust me, that stuff takes it off. So like on that area that I just touched up, let me go ahead and reseal it. Like I was mentioning earlier, just make sure that you don't have any raised areas from where this folds as you're undoing it. You can usually feel it right with your thumb. So I see that little piece right there, I just tore it off. There it is. Okay, once you feel that it's even, quick coat. There it is, as if it never happened. Just gonna wait for it to dry, and I'm gonna go over this rim one more time, very lightly. Probably move it a little bit. So see what I was mentioning earlier about how it looks like all shiny? That's because it's fresh paint. So in a minute it'll look even like the rest of them once it's fully dry. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. These cans aren't very expensive. You probably pay about $6, $7 for one. If you get 2 of them, that's probably enough for your rims. If you guys want to just mess around with your cars, tackle it over a weekend, If you just want to paint it, obviously it would be really quick. Are you guys fighting back there? Stop. It's crazy dogs. Anyways, if you guys just want to touch it up and paint it and get it a different color, I would say go for it. It's only 15 bucks. So you're down. At the very least, you know, if you like a different color on your car. I think that grill looks clean. I like that. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll finish my video on the LED lights. I already got them, so I'll show you guys the difference. It looks real clean. So far I've only done half of them. I haven't had the time to do them on the rest of the car, but I'll upload that video within the next couple days. Alright, thanks for watching.